Hello friends, how are you? I know you are doing well. So here I am going to start Git. As I told you that we are going to perform the practice, I am going to tell you labs based on Git, and we will proceed our practice in the form of assignment. So I will put some assignment in the front of you. Okay, you try to solve those assignment. If you face any problem in any point, then you can see this video to move further. Okay, so here we have assignment number one. So it is saying based on what you learned. Okay, we have to do, so basically we are studying it. Okay, so we have to perform this thing. So what is it saying? It is saying create a new folder. Okay, then put the following files in the folder: code.txt, log.txt, output.txt. Then stage the code.txt and output.txt file and commit them, and finally push them to GitHub. Okay, so in this assignment you can see that we have to create a folder, and inside that folder we have to create three files. But in order to commit, we have to stage only two files, that is code.txt and output.txt. Okay, and after staging those two files, uh, we have to commit them. Okay, and after, when the commit is successful in our repository, that is local repository, then we have to push them to the our GitHub repository. And I hope you already have your GitHub account. Okay, so here we are studying Git. Okay, and you already know that it is a part of Git DevOps lab. Okay, so friends, whenever we are learning DevOps, so there basically we have to learn about the Linux. Okay, and for that we use Ubuntu, sometimes we use any of the Linux derivative. Okay, so I hope that you are already aware that in DevOps environment we work with a Linux operating system. Okay, so I hope you already have your Linux machine. Okay, so in the terminal we are going to perform this assignment. Okay, so I had already opened a terminal here. It is very simple thing. Okay, so let's try to do our assignment. So it is saying we have to create a folder. Okay, and in that folder we have to put these files. Okay, so obviously we are going to create these files also. So first of all, I wanted to create a folder, so I will use mkdir command, mkdir. Okay, I will, let's say it's my folder. Okay, so I wanted to see that whether my folder has been created or not, so I can see ls, but mostly I wanted to see the items present in any folder in the list form. So what I used to do, I just write ls-l. Okay, so it will show me everything in the list format. Okay, you can't see because there is only one item. Okay, so finally you can see that I had created a folder. Okay, now it is saying that we have to put these files inside that folder. Okay, so in order to do so, first of all we will enter inside this folder, and then we will create some files. So as we are in the Linux environment, and in Linux environment for creating a file we use some editor. It can be vi editor, it can be nano editor. Okay, because these are used mostly. Okay, here I am going to use nano editor. Okay, so I will create a file code.txt and I will put some content inside it. So for achieving so, I will write nano code.txt, and here I will write this is code.txt file. Okay, you already know that what see, I wanted to save these changes and come out. Therefore in order to save the changes I will write Ctrl+S, and in order to come out I will write Ctrl+X. Okay, so my file has been successfully made. Is it true? Does I made my file successfully? I can say it by using cat command, cat code.txt. So you can see this file has been made successfully. Okay, similarly let's create log.txt and output.txt file. So I will write nano log.txt. Okay, and I will write this is log.txt file, control plus s and control plus x. Similarly, I will create nano then output.txt. Okay, I will write this is output.txt file. Okay, control plus s, control plus x. Okay, so finally my files are being made. I wanted to see the list of files. If I write ls, so you can see these are present in this format, but I wanted to see this in the form of list. So how I will see that? I will write ls-l. So by using this option, it show in the form of list. You can see code.txt, log.txt and output.txt. Okay, now now on moving further, it is saying we have to stage these two files. Okay, but staging a file is happen or done only in the repository, and this is not a repository, it's a simple folder. Okay, if I write pwd present working directory, you can see we are inside my folder. Okay, and I already said that I'm inside my folder. Okay, so what I wanted to create my work, okay, as a GitHub repository, okay, and inside my work there is a folder known as my folder. Okay, and inside my folder I have this file code.txt, log.txt and output.txt. So what I wanted to make my work folder as a repository. So for that what I will do, I will just go outside. Now where I'm inside my work folder. Okay, so I wanted to create it as a repository, Git repository. So I will initialize the Git init. So I will write git init. So you can see that Git initialization has been done, and it became a repository. Okay. So if suppose anyone asks you that does really is it a Git repository or not, so how we can check? We can check by the presence of a folder that is known as .git. Okay, if I say ls, so you won't see this because it's a hidden file, but if I write ls-a, so it show me the hidden files. So by the presence of .git, we can denote that it is a Git repository. Okay, so now finally it became a Git repository. So assignment, in the assignment we have to stage these two files. Okay, so you can see that everything has been staged and this thing has been excluded. So what we are going to do, what we wanted to stage everything, but we want to unstage this. Okay, so how we can stage everything? I can write git add. Okay, first of all we should see what is the status of our environment. It means what is there in our working directory and what is there in our staging area. So how we can see? We can see that we're writing git status. Okay, so it is showing untracked file. That means inside our working directory we have my folder. Okay, we have my folder. Okay, in our staging area there is nothing. So at the instant when we put everything in the staging area, so it will start appearing in staging area. So let's try to put our files in staging area by writing git add dot for everything. Okay, so if I write git status, so you can see that these three files have been, see, first of all you can see that there is something known as changes to be committed. It shows that inside staging area we have these following things. So these things are waiting to be committed. Okay, so now again we will see git status. So we have three files that has been added, that is came to the staging area and waiting to be committed. But as per question, it is saying that log.txt should not be there in the staging area, so we need to exclude it. So how to exclude it? Here you can see the command is given here in order to unstage the file. So if you wanted to unstage this log file, so we can use this command. So what it's saying, so what is it? It is git rm hyphen hyphen cached hyphen hyphen cached in file name. So this is a file name. My folder log.txt. Okay, something extra has been copied. Copy. Okay, so it's there. Git rm hyphen hyphen cschd cached, and then we will paste. Okay, so here when I hit enter, so you can say that it is removed this file from staging area. That it means that this file has been unstaged. Okay, and if we wanted to see the environment of our repository, we can use the command git status. So you can see that changes to be committed means these things are waiting for the commit. So what is there in the staging area? These two files are there in the staging area, and untracked file. Okay, and untracked file means what is there in our working directory. So this file is in our working directory, it is untracked. Okay, so now we had staged these two files. Now it is saying to do the commit. Okay, so let's do the commit. How we can do the commit? I will add git commit and then hyphen m, and I will write the message, that is code.txt and output.txt file is made. Okay, and hit enter. So you can see create mode, two file changed to insertions. It shows that commitment has been done. Okay, so if I try to see status, what's there in, I wanted to see what is there in our environment. Okay, so I will add git, I wanted to see the status of our environment. So git status. So you can see that nothing is there in our staging area. Okay, and a file was there in our staging area, but we have removed it from staging area. So it is saying that this file is not there in the staging area, it is at the working directory. So this is not important thing is that we had made a commit. Okay, if I wanted to see the commit, so how I can see? I can see it by writing git commit. Okay, git log. Okay, it is git log. Okay, so it is showing all the details of my recent commit. Okay, but I wanted to see all these details about commit in a short, in one line. So how I can see the commit in one line? I can see it by using git log hyphen hyphen one line. Okay, so yeah, right here I can see the commit ID in short, and our branch, current working branch, and then our message. Okay, so basically what happened, that whenever we are working, okay, I'm sorry for so much repetition. So whenever we are working, so mostly we name our main branch as a main. Okay, because it is a main. So here I will name the branch. How I can rename it? I can write git branch. Okay, then hyphen m, then name should be main. Okay, so current branch will be renamed as main. Okay, if I see the git log online one line, so you can see that our branch has been renamed as main. Okay, fine. So finally we had commit the changes. Now it's time to push our changes. It's time to push our changes to our GitHub repository. Okay, so I hope you already have your GitHub account. Okay, so I will go to my GitHub repository. Okay, so here what I am going to do, I will close this tab first. Okay, so I will go to my profile. Okay, so basically I wanted to push my changes to GitHub repository. means I have a repository, I have a local repository, okay, and I wanted to save those changes to GitHub repository, okay. So in order to do so, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just create a new repository, okay, and I will name it as uh, uh, learning repo, okay. I will name it as a learning repo, okay. It's only there. No, it is not there, it is just the present, okay. Learning repo, okay. See, and there is no any more repository named as learning repo, okay. This is the only one repository named as learning repo, okay. So who is the owner? I am the owner, okay. So I created a repository. I'm going to create a repository that is known as learning repo, okay, in my GitHub profile. So just create a repository. So we can say this is a we can say this is a repository. It is a GitHub repository. Further, we can also say it is a remote repository, okay. It is a remote repository, okay. And whenever we try to refer this repository with respect to our local repository, we say it is as an origin, okay. What we say, this repository we called it as origin with respect to our local repository, okay. Means if you wanted to, if I say that I wanted to save the changes to my origin, so I wanted to save the changes to my GitHub repository, okay. If you feel little bit confusing, then don't bother about it, okay. Now what I wanted to do, it is my GitHub repository, okay, and it is my local repository, okay. So I wanted to do the connection between the both, okay. So how I can do the connection? So basically, in order to do the connection, I have to just add origin, okay. I have to just add this origin, okay. I already said origin is what? This is the origin. Whenever we refer this GitHub repository, we say it as an origin. So I am wanted to add this origin. So let's add this origin, okay. So this origin has been added, but still it is incomplete because authentication, the authentication step is still left, okay. So when does authentication happen? Whenever we try to push the changes to our origin, okay. So authentication happens, or authentication is needed, okay. So and let's push it, okay. You can see there is a command get branch -f main, okay. It is saying that your local repository, your current working branch should be main branch, and you already know that we had already named it as the main branch. See, this is the main branch, okay. You don't believe, okay. Get log one line, okay. So you can see our current working branch is a main branch, so we don't need this command. Now we just wanted to push the changes to our origin in main branch, okay. So I will copy it and try to push. Now this time it will ask for authentication, okay. So when I hit the enter, first of all it is asking the username. See, this is most critical part because most of the people find it very difficult. Even when I was learning first times, I faced so much problem, okay. Now I will tell this very clearly. So first of all it is asking for a username. So in your GitHub you can see that your username can be easily find from here, okay. So I will just copy it and paste it from here, and okay. After that it is asking for password. So how to find the password? So see, it's very simple. I am just duplicate this tab so that this tab content of this tab should not be get lost, okay. So in order to find password, we just go to the setting and developer option, okay. Developer setting. So here you will see that personal access token, okay. So I wanted to create a classic token, okay. I wanted to create this classic token, okay. I wanted to generate a classic token. So I will name it as a new token. Okay, so this token is the process of this token is very important because it will provide us the this token will be used in order to do actions over our repository. Even you can see I am giving permission so that it can do the various activities over my repositories. Okay, so by checking this checkbox you accept to give permission to do some operation over repositories. Okay, so don't worry more. Okay, just generate the token. So you can see that token has been generated successfully. Okay, and I will copy this token and paste it in the terminal. Okay, so the instant when I paste this token and hit enter, you can see that writing object 100%. Okay, this shows that our push is successful. Okay, our push is successful. So how I can assure that my push is successful? Simple, by viewing to our GitHub repository. See, I will refresh it. So when I refresh it, you can see our folder is there. Okay, why does this folder is created? Because in assignment you had seen that first thing to do was create a folder and put this file in the folder. So that's why folder is there. And inside this folder we have two files, code.txt and output.txt. So why does log.txt is not there? Because it was told in the assignment that we have to stage only these two files. Okay, so that's why these two files will get committed and present over here. Okay, so inside code.txt file you can see the code is there. This is code.txt file. Okay, and inside output.txt file you can see this is output.txt file. So I hope you remember everything that we had created a file. Even the comment I had made, it is present over here. Okay, so finally I had created the folder. I had put these files inside the folder. Okay, I had staged these two files. I had made the commit, and then finally I pushed all those changes to my GitHub repository. So finally I had completed my assignment, and I already told you code in between this demonstration. Okay, so this assignment one has been completed. So that was our assignment number 1. Okay guys, so I will meet you at next assignment. So keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.